But let's talk about Facebook for a second, because that's a big story too. The roadshow started in New York yesterday, moves up to Boston today, going through the country right through to their IPO next week. To discuss it all, David Benoit, who was at the New York roadshow yesterday.
Yeah, we were there, not inside the meeting.
You weren't
Press
inside?
weren't allowed,
okay.
But we talked to a lot of people that were there.
And what was your sense of it?
So people seemed a little disappointed, not by what Facebook was kind of saying or by Mark Zuckerberg. Actually, people said he was pretty impressive. But just kind of the fact they started the meeting with this kind of half-hour long video that's been available online since last week. And they just didn't hear much new. So we're already hearing actually out of Boston today. Zuckerberg is not at the meeting in Boston, but they skipped the video entirely. Total Q&A.
So they learned something
they got a little bit more. Yeah. Yeah, Facebook is definitely learning moving forward. So
now, the general sense on this stock, I mean, obviously the hype is off the charts in terms of talk. Is that hype really, though, filtering through to the investors, the people you talked to yesterday?
Yeah, I mean, everyone I talked to yesterday seemed like, yeah, they were thinking of buying it. You know, there are questions. People still aren't really sure what it should be valued at. They say it's hard to value it. But like we saw yesterday, too, analysts are coming out already, which we don't normally see in a company that's not public.
Ahead of an IPO, analysts have already come out and slapped basically buy ratings on it, right?
Yeah, one said 160 billion could be the valuation.
160 billion.
Yeah,
160 billion.
Yeah, and so they're at 96 right now. Yeah, there we go.
Who was that? Who was that? That's at 160
that
billion?
was Stern AG. I believe.
Stern AG. It's a rather bullish call.
Yeah, it is.
Rather bullish.
But I mean, a lot of people think there's a lot to go here. I mean, they've still got to figure a couple things. Facebook's still got to figure a couple things out with how to make money on mobile.
Right.
How to keep its ad revenue going up. But people are excited.
What about the issue of the stock structure? I mean, people talk about how some of the, if you're buying it in the retail market, because of the stake that Zuckerberg is going to maintain, you really have no voting power. It's really just a sort of a momentum play for you to buy the stock, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
sure.
That's a real issue, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I think certainly there are questions, about whether Mark Zuckerberg can do whatever he wants with the company, as maybe we saw with Instagram, that $1 billion purchase for a company that makes no money. But I think a lot of people think, well, listen, this stock is going to go up, especially on the IPO. That's kind of one thing we've heard a lot is people at these meetings say, listen, if I can get IPO shares that first day, they're going up.
Right.
It may not be a long-term investment, but...
Well, that's the thing, right? I mean, we've seen some of these other high flyer social media type companies go public, have a big pop. Those pops have been less and less, though, right? I mean, LinkedIn did very well the first day, right? Groupon did very well the first day. But now LinkedIn's to come back.
Yes, LinkedIn's come back. Groupon is now way down from its IPO.
Right.
Yeah, it's unclear of but none of those are Facebook too. So we'll see.
None of those are Facebook too. Quickly before, did you see this thing with the Washington Post social reader that people hate this thing?
Yeah, it's not doing very well.
To me, that's an interesting aspect of Facebook's business, is that people can they can hate it and they can get rid of it overnight.
Yep, that's true.
That's a risk. To me, that's a risk. All right, we have to leave it there. Dave Benoit, thank you very much. Let's get back to the Deal Journal blog.
Will do.